Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and the weekly analysis video of the financial markets. I'm going to try to keep this video under 15 minutes, try to knock this thing out because I'm tired. And we have a long weekend. Monday is a holiday. The markets are closed. The futures market is only open half day until 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So be careful. And the volatility should be very minimal. But again, news can change that. Anyways, these videos are for educational purposes only. So this is not financial advice or recommendation. Consult with a professional financial advisor before making any financial decisions. So here we go. Also, don't forget, I'm live on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Tuesday and Wednesday morning, about 6:20 Pacific Standard Time, 9:20 Eastern Standard Time. So about 5 to 10 minutes right before the market opens the New York session. Okay, so anyways, let's jump in the charts and make this video in 15 minutes. So this is the S&P 500, the daily chart. So this huge move up, which I called for. Then last week we pretty much just chopped, went sideways. We're pretty close to the all-time highs. I mean, this would indicate if we had a nice, big, strong green bar and broke above this chop here, I would say we're going to produce new highs. But we're still right at the top of this range, right? So I think we're going to roll over. But and the new month starts on Monday, which is closed, so Tuesday. And let's take a look at the weekly chart, which is bullish, if not, if anything else. But I think we're going to roll over. But I could be wrong. So we'll see what happens. It's a short week, 4 days only. It's summer months. So we'll see. But I think we're going to roll over. And here's the monthly chart. So I kept saying, I kept reminding everybody about this pattern here, right? So this was a bottoming tail, but was red. So this is a bottoming tail, which is green. And it's away from the moving averages. So I think we're going to roll over. September is usually also a negative month. So let's see what happens. Let's go to NASDAQ. Start with the daily chart again. So it's a little bit, we're not as bullish as the S&P 500 because S&P was almost close to the highs, but we're still roughly about 60% retraced from the highs, right? So, and we're still below this 50-day moving average. We tried to break through, we failed. Friday we tried again, and not quite above the moving average or above this red candle. So I think we're gonna roll over. Well, let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly put up a red candle, and we actually closed up below the body of this candle. So a lower high on the weekly chart. As long as we don't close above this red candle, which it might happen. I'm just saying, I think we're gonna roll over. But if we do close, we're gonna go higher. And take a look at the monthly chart. So again, this pattern very similar to this one, and this of course will have a big red body with a tail. This, just like the S&P, is just a cross pretty much. But so I think we're going to go lower. So this is the monthly chart. So new month starts. So let's go to Dow Jones. Let's try to knock this thing out in 15 minutes. So all-time highs, almost, right? So if I mean this would, it's kind of telling us it's going to go higher, but I mean this move down and just coming back 100%. It's just crazy. But so if we roll over, we're gonna form the double top, and how much and how strong we move down. That's the question. But I think Tuesday should give us an indication if we're gonna go higher or lower for the week. So let's take a look at the weekly. We're gonna look at the news also for the week at the end of the video. So see if there's any catalysts that will help us decide which way we're gonna go. So again, we had 3 pushes, 3 weeks higher, and so this could go either way. Higher or just roll over. But it looks more bullish than bearish, to be honest. Here's the monthly chart. So it's a little bit different than the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. So this wants to push higher. I mean, it's I mean, look at this, just bullish move from 09. Anyways, let's move on to the Russell, the daily chart. So we didn't quite get to this recent high. So we had a pullback this past week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of just pullback, and we didn't even break above the tail. So we could continue higher, which is probably more likely because of this big strong green bar. But let's take a look at the weekly, what it looks like here. So if you remember, a couple weeks ago I said we formed this bottoming tail of the 50 that we're going to go higher. So now we're sitting above roughly about 60% of this red bar. So we're either going to roll over or just retest these highs, recent highs. And the monthly chart looks like this, with the bottoming tail with the red body. So we might get a second push for the month. Like I said, September is usually bearish, so we might have a second chance, second crack at these moving averages for the month. Anyways, let's move on to crude oil. So we're sitting right at the 200-day moving average. So we had this double bottom, failed to make a new low. So I said we're going higher. We did. I thought we are going to test these highs, but we failed to do so. So now I think we're going down because we had this one bar, this one green bar of the 200 that had zero follow through to the upside, completely just erased the following day on Friday. So we're sitting below the 200. Probably we're gonna test these two bottoms here, and if not, this one here. But let's take a look at the weekly, and we're going lower on a weekly. Looks like we failed to close above this 20-day moving average, produce these tails. So looks like we're going lower. Let's go to monthly chart. If you remember, on this monthly bar, once it formed and closed, I said we're going to go higher because it was formed off of this 20-day moving average, but we had no follow through. So if you look at this chart, so we are just pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 months of just going sideways. Say between 85 and just $70 or so, right? 65. So we're just going sideways, but we're staying above the 20-day moving average. So we might be just chopping for 2 more months because of the election. Because of course they don't want higher oil prices, higher gas prices. So they're probably going to manipulate the oil market just to keep everybody happy. That's going to select, not elect, select the next the next puppet, right? Anyways, so this is the crude oil. Let's go to gold, the daily chart. So we're just kind of chopping right now, going sideways in this range. I thought we're gonna go break out and form new highs, so we might be doing this until the election, and actually see what happens with the Fed once they lower rates. So if they do that, the precious metal should go higher. Wait a minute. Let's go to the weekly. So weekly looks bullish. So we broke above this sideways movement. The 20 pushed prices up. And unless we take this green bar out for the week, it's going to be a failed breakout, right? So, but I think it should go higher. Here's the monthly chart. So like I mentioned last few months, that we need to, for the bullish move to continue, we need to break above these two tails. And we are sitting above it. And the new month has started. So it looks bullish, of course. But we'll see what the dollar looks like, the dollar chart. And but I think we might be pulling back because of this weekly and daily chart. Let's go to silver. So silver looks a little bit different, of course. Gold is, close to all-time highs, $20 or so. Silver is nowhere near all-time highs. I think all-time highs like $50 or so. Anyways, so we tried to push higher. Very little follow through with this bar. And then we just got slammed. And we finally took out this green bar on Friday. So the 20 halted the move down. I think we're going to continue down. So I think gold might be doing the same thing. So this is the weekly chart. So weekly looks bearish to me, but we need follow through to the downside. Okay, because we had this breakout of this one bar this last week. We closed above this 20-day moving average, but the following week came right down. So it's a failed breakout. And we have this trend down here. So I think lower prices is what I'm calling for here. So this is the monthly chart. So we have these tails here the last 2 months. We try to push higher, rejected, push lower, rejected. So we're just chopping inside this green bar. So I think this month, same thing's going to happen. Probably produce another tail. And when the Fed eases 0.25% or surprises everybody with a half or more, who knows? They manipulate the markets. So shoot up higher. Let's go to Bitcoin. Daily chart. Let's go to Bitcoin. Where is it? Okay. So this is the live forex prices on Bitcoin. So we tried to break out. I mean, just 2 days of going nowhere above this rising 200. And we just came down and erased this green bar. So now we're chopping here. No follow through. So we need to produce nice red bar below, say 57,000, and retest these lows. So that's the daily. Here's the weekly. The weekly tells me the same thing. We're going lower. We closed above, barely above this 20-day moving average, and then the following week we just come down. We almost took it out, almost. Anyways, I think we're gonna have a follow through in probably 52,000, 53,000. So 5,000 or 6,000 down. And let's take a look at the monthly. And again, these tails, we failed to break out, come right down, and because of this big move, we got a lot of support. So I think we're going to continue. There'll be a continuation of the move down on the monthly chart. So let's go to the dollar. So as you remember last week, I said I called for this move down to this support level, and then I mentioned that if we break below it, we might test this support level of about 100 or 99 or so, 99 and a half. Anyways, so we did produce this one red bar, almost broke below the support, but then just went sideways. We had this push down with one bar and then completely reversed. So 3 days up, we erased this this move down here. So looks like we're going higher. So if the dollar's going higher, the precious metals are probably going to be going lower. And if you remember, I've been calling for this move down to the 200. So we produced this green bar on the weekly chart, roughly about 60% of this retraced off this bar, the red bar. So I think we're going to see a continuation, maybe a small pullback and then continuation, because this 20-day moving average is going to resist the move up. And let's go to the monthly. So the month is closed. The monthly, we might be come down a little more. This is what might happen. Come down and form another tail and then push higher. So that's the monthly chart. But it looks bearish on the monthly chart, but we have this 50 rising, so maybe we'll come down to the 50 and then reverse course to the upside. We'll see. But the weekly and the daily looks bullish. Okay, so let's go to the bonds. So if you can see here, so we had this move up, retraced too much, about 60% or so from the highs. But then we came back up because of the rising moving averages and the 20, pretty sharp. But then again, on Friday, this one day, always on Friday, it just comes down 1%. And now we're below the 20-day moving average. Let's take a look at the weekly. So the weekly looks bullish. I'm still sticking with the reverse head and shoulders. Okay, we are above the moving averages. So we might be just chopping for a while until we break above 100. If we see another nice green bar like this, what I was looking for, continuation to the upside. And the monthly chart. So I would have liked to see this bar, nice solid bar, and close above these two red bars, but we didn't get that. We didn't even close above the 20-day moving average. So perhaps this month will be the month that we're going to push higher and close above. We'll see. Monday is the first day. Well, Tuesday is the first day of trading. So we'll see where it will go. But it looks on the daily chart looks a little bearish now because it produced lower high and then this big red bar, which I don't like. So we might be coming down and retest test the 50-day moving average of 95 bucks. So $1.50 lower. Yeah. Maybe. So we might come down on the monthly chart and then form a bottoming tail and continue up. Anyways, that's it for this video. Please, if you haven't not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, hit the bell notification, and don't forget Tuesday and Wednesday I will be live 6:20 in the morning, and Monday's a holiday. So take care, have a nice weekend, and we'll see you in the next video or a live stream. Take care.